Hello everyone, it's Chris with Expat Theory. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I appreciate you being here. Got a subscriber or viewer request for a video. It's on a topic that's a little bit not in my ball field, but I'll try to answer it and give my opinion. The question was, it was a two-part question. One was my opinion on the oofy doofy theory. I know it sounds crazy. I didn't even know what that was, so I had to look it up. I had to Google it. Oofy doofy. Basically, that's where it's more of a modern phenomenon in the dating world where seems like some of the females are starting to gravitate more towards the nerdy, geeky dudes and gravitate away from the more handsome, what was nicknamed as Chads, I guess. Probably going to steal a few terminology and a few terms from a guy I like to watch, Better Bachelor. It's a YouTube channel that I like. Let's see, Joker over at Better Bachelor. Him and I got a lot in common. His family's in Florida. He spent a lot of time in Florida. I'm from Florida. He's an ex-Air Force cop. I'm an ex-Air Force cop. He decided to go into computers and networking and IT and all of that, and I chickened out from doing that. I have an aptitude for it. I used to build my own computers. Seriously thought about it, chickened out, didn't do it. He did. He's done some things that, I'm looking to do. He's traveled the world and to see what's out there, other than what's here in the States. And, he did it at an age where he was still really competent and able to enjoy it, He started a YouTube channel. I've got a YouTube channel. Of course, his was done for a profit, for a business kind of thing. And he's good at it. And me, I just do this for me. So I use a lot of his terminology. Guys are kind of nicknamed Chad Thunderstroke. In the dating world, from what I've seen, it is true. A lot of the ladies want all the sixes. They want the six figures, 6-pack, 6 inches. They want good looking, and they think that, no matter what their status is in life and where they fall in financially, appearance-wise, doesn't matter. They all deserve their perfect prince. Disney's got them all convinced that, they all deserve a prince to come sweep them off their feet. And I don't know. At least that's just my opinion. This whole video is nothing but my opinion, but that's what I was asked for, was my opinion. So, may not make a number of ladies happy with my opinion, but, I'm just going to tell it from my point of view. And this doesn't fit for everybody. I mean, the world is full of billions of people who are all different individual. So you can only kind of just generalize and, kind of go with majorities, not so much of specifics. Everybody can be different from what we're talking about, even if they fall into the category. Doesn't mean they specifically are any particular way. So, that being said, apparently the oofy doofy theory is that the geeks and nerds that are trying to do well for themselves are starting to gain popularity in the dating world. Honestly, I haven't seen it. Matter of fact, like I said, it was such an unfamiliar term to me that I had to actually Google it because I had no idea what the heck that was. I have not seen it. I doubt it. Um, there may be some instances where there's a small fraction of the the female dating pool that has come to realize that they're sharing the same bad men over and over and over again and completely ignoring, the 80% of men that are interested in dating, but they don't have all the sixes and may not be, super good looking and all that. I mean, you get on Tinder, they say don't judge a book by the cover. That's a lie. That's how you buy a book. You walk into a bookstore, you look at the covers, you read what's on the back cover, you read what's inside the first page or two to kind of get an idea. But the cover's what attention grabs your attention in the first place. So yeah, in our society, we do judge books by their cover before we even pick them up to look at it. That's what we see. Same thing. Get on Tinder, they see the picture. If you're not attractive to them, on to the next one. Um, and it seems like the online dating is the way to go in the beginning, of meeting people. Nobody wants to meet in person or, without first chatting through online. Nobody wants to really do the face to face anymore. Guys, they're so victimized over being creepy. If they show interest in someone in a public space, that most men are like, nah, no thanks. They don't even want to go there. And it's kind of being left to women. If they want to talk to a guy, then they kind of have to initiate. And most of them will never initiate. And they'll only initiate with the ones that are the Chad Thunderstrokes, the same bad guys, the good looking, but might have a few bucks, and may not, they may not. They may just have looks, but that's what the girls are after. And it seems like a lot of it is the hookup. It's more of a hookup generation, and maybe things will turn into a relationship afterwards. Most of the time they don't. They get what they want out of it. It might last 2-3 weeks of dating and hooking up, and then they're on to the next thing. So, oofy doofy, I don't see that becoming a thing. I mean, women want what they want, and they have all these expectations of what a man should be. You ever want to know what a man is? Ask a woman. Yeah, because, she obviously knows. And she has all the answers to what a man should be. So, yeah, I don't think guys will ever live up to those expectations. And any woman that ends up coming from that viewpoint and getting into a relationship was always going to feel like she's settled for less than what she deserves. And that's a fast track to failure. Why do you think, divorces are at 80%? There you go. So, and a lot of guys, and I'm not just saying it's all women's fault. It's not men's fault too. A lot of us are not. We're just not stepping up to the plate. I'm guilty, really guilty. So it's kind of hard for me to really get in here and say a whole lot, but we don't hold up our end either. And we kind of get tired and burned out of the dealing with the situations and dealing with the relationships, and it's not what we wanted, and it always goes in different directions. They're trying to change us, make us into somebody that we're not, and we get lazy. We don't do what we should as far as like contributing to the household. Just because we mow the lawn doesn't that doesn't do it. You know, there's a lot more work to taking care of a household, especially when there's kids involved. And we kind of slack. I won't say everybody, but you know, there are a lot of good guys out there that do everything, but a lot of us guys have kind of fallen down on helping take care of stuff around the house, and because society has pushed everybody into a two-job household where the man and the woman both have to work to get by, it's got to be more of a split on the household duties and chores, which puts a lot of stress and strain. Nobody thought about this when they were talking about, you know, the modern feminist movement and women moving into the workforce and all this. You know, they really just did not take into account what it takes to keep a household. And both groups are now more miserable than they've ever been because they're trying to share and do both jobs, to take care of the house and work a job. It used to be one did the job, one did the household. But now society doesn't allow for that. The second part of the question specifically here was, does the empowered modern female increasingly prefer the more submissive type male? That one, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that the women are ever going to be satisfied with a more of a pushover guy. Maybe some feel like they're going to be the one that wears the pants and they're going to run everything, and they need a guy that's just going to fall in line behind them and support them. So that might be a thing, and it might be a smaller percentage, but I think the average relationship, no. I mean, we are seeing a change in our kids, both male and female. We are seeing more submissive males. Society tells men that being masculine is toxic, and being a man, being competitive, being strong is frightening, scary, violent. Pretty much anything and everything that makes a man is bad. So now our kids are not the same type of men that the parents and grandparents and great-grandparents were. And, you know, who am I to say whether it's right or wrong or good or bad? I just know it's different. You know, you can go online and see all these videos about how Gen Xers, we raised ourselves, we drank water from the garden hose, we jumped our bicycles, and yeah, we did all kinds of crazy stuff, and you know, we were different than kids of today. It's absolutely true. We're a completely different breed. And guys like me, we've kind of been pushed to the side and relegated as, you know, mostly useless. You know, the guys that are married, they were married before all these changes, usually. And some of those marriages will actually last because of that. Guys like myself who are trying to navigate the dating pool, they have to change, because the women out there really aren't going to accept the old version of men. They want that more of a mix, being able to hold up both sides, you know, the job and the house. And when that doesn't happen, relationships suffer. And there's so much more stress because of that split that it makes it hard for relationships to last. Fortunately for me, I don't have to worry about any of that because I'm not interested in relationships too much. I'm not interested in dating. I have no intention of it. Um, Maybe when I retire and get overseas, if I meet somebody that I'm interested in, yeah, maybe that'll change. But yeah, that's a ways off. Right now, my time, effort, and energy is all going to be poured into taking care of what I need to take care of, and um, dating is not uh, dating relationships is not part of my plan, um, and it hasn't been. So I stopped all that back in 2016. So yeah, so that's kind of my opinion on that. I don't know that I don't know if that trend is going to catch on for girls dating the nerdy geeky dudes, and I don't know that it's going to stay this way where more and more of the modern women are looking for men who are willing to fall in behind them. It is kind of opposite of our nature for the older groups. The men are the ones that are used to being in charge and kind of being the head of household, and a lot of them can't. A lot of the older generation can't, they don't know how to fall in behind somebody else and let somebody else take the lead, and that just doesn't gel well. So right now things are a mess because of these issues. I don't know if they're going to straighten out or if it's going to completely go that way. I know that we're going to see this shift for at least the next generation or two, that our men are going to be taught to be um, this new modern male, minus a lot of the traits that they're been told are toxic. And I know that there's a lot of women out there that are upset. There's a lot of women that are not happy. They're ending up doing the whole cat lady thing because they can't find nobody. And there's a lot of younger women who can't find men who are actually interested in, building a life together, making a relationship and a marriage. And guys are like, yeah, no thanks. Why do I need to work hard and make a bunch of money and be successful? You do that because you want to be the head of household and make a life and have a wife and have a family and all that. And you subtract that whole part out of the equation. Shit, guys are just as happy to stay at home, watch football, play video games, go do their job, make enough money to pay their bills, and they're good. They don't have to strive for success, and they don't care about it. And we're seeing that increase more and more and more. And the worse the situation gets, and the more anti-male that the dating world presents, you're going to have more and more guys dropping out. Right now, I'm pretty sure that probably about half of the men who are in that dating category, dating age and all that, they're out. They have no interest in it. They won't date. They don't go out with nobody. They don't even try. They won't approach the girls. They don't care. There's a small percentage that actually do want relationships, but they're getting the damaged ones that have been dealing with the upper crust here, the upper percent of the good-looking guys who are burning through women, just tearing them up because they can. They got a good-looking picture. It looks like they should be on the cover of GQ magazine. They got 10 or 12 girls DMing them a week. And they just keep cycling through to a new one, to a new one, to a new one. And the damaged, broken ones all of a sudden decide, oh, well, I want to settle down. And now they start looking for the average guy. And the average guy is like, no thanks. You've already burned yourself out. No thanks. I don't need your baggage. I don't need your headaches and your hassles and your garbage. So anyway, so that's kind of my opinions on that. It won't be popular. I know that especially with the females, they won't like my opinion, but sorry, that's my opinion. And that, if I start seeing things out there that are different, I might say something and say, oh, hey, this is what I noticed. But from what I've seen, it's a mess. And it's getting worse, not getting better. Hell, we're already seeing it globally. Okay, this isn't just a USA thing. This is a global thing. Birth rates are dropping. People are not getting married. People are not hooking up and having babies, and they're not interested in relationships the way they used to be. And it's dropping all over the world. More and more guys realize that marriage is not a good deal for them. They get shafted by the courts, and the woman walks away with cash and prizes, and they upgrade to the next guy. So as long as the marriage situation is that way and the law system is that way, it's a losing deal for guys, and not something I recommend. I don't care how much you trust them. Doesn't matter. That comes that point where they get tired of you. They walk. They take at least half. Oh well. Unless you want to run around with a prenup in your pocket, And even those, a lot of those get defeated in court nowadays. It's hard to have an ironclad prenup anymore. Courts are favoring on the women so much that they'll actually overturn the prenups. And that happens. So anyway, I guess that's my opinion on that stuff. I'm not sure why somebody wanted to know that, but there you go. Anyway, guys, if you like the content, please hit the like button. And if you know anybody who's interested in this kind of stuff, hit the share button, send it to them. So appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.